Good evening. I want to share with you a couple resources and some of the things that I've been doing to help us prepare for moving forward with new content in our new online reality that we find ourselves living in right now. So, if you go to the Social Studies Remote Learning page that you can find in the Canvas course, if you click over here on Interface 3, it will bring you to Social Studies for April 6th through 10th, which is new content. I have office hours listed here. We've switched from Zoom to Teams. So if you just click this link, it'll put you in Teams. I'll join about 5 minutes before our office hours and you'll get a notice that I'm in there and you can just hit join and jump right in. I've linked to on this course the NCIDPI or the NCDPI remote learning resources and the Google folder of resources that we created last week and have been using. But I also have a new document here for phase 3. And so we talked a lot in office hours and for the last 2 weeks about what do we do about all the content that we have to teach and how can we shift that to wrestle with the content the kids have to have and the pacing guides and knowing that we can't teach it all in this new environment, and how do we sort of flip that on its head and focus on historical thinking skills. So what I've put together is a chart that focuses on the historical thinking skills. This is adapted from AP, from College Central. So what they have identified as the 9 important historical thinking skills, I've actually whittled down to 7. I took out synthesis because we're going to do that in every lesson with everything that we do. And I took out periodization because right now, from a perspective of what we're focusing on, I wouldn't focus on periodization. That's just me. And so we have our categories here. We have the specific historical thinking skill here. We have some tasks that kids could do, and then we have some evidence that kids could create as they work through this. And so the lesson that I've done as an exemplar for you focuses on interpreting and analyzing primary sources, comparison, and then also looking at causation as well. So if you go back to our Canvas course, I've got a lesson overview that I created for my students that would be an asynchronous learning opportunity that talks them through the 3 mini lessons. If I go back to here, I've put this at the bottom. I'm still setting my mini lessons up in a launch, explore, summarize, or synthesize format so that they have the same template every week so that there's something that they're familiar with. I've given you some examples as to what a launch should be and the purpose of it and what they could do. Same with explore. These are opportunities to engage with text. Here are some things that they could do with it. And then with summarize and synthesize, again, why we're doing this, what the opportunity is, and what are some of the things that they could do. Some of these are not specific to social studies. I'm working with health PE and world language. And so this chart I'm using for all 3 subject matters. So if you see something that says, perform an exercise and record it, that's probably not going to be relative to social studies, right? But it would be relative to my PE teachers. And so that's why that's in there. But here's just some information on how you can set up mini lessons in this very simple launch, explore, and summarize or synthesize template that's also very effective when it comes to online learning. This is the mini lesson that I created as an exemplar this week for students. I focused on the French Revolution. Again, I went with something that I'm familiar with. I was a world history teacher for the majority of my 16 years in the classroom. And so I pulled from things that I already have students doing and that I had done with them before, and I synthesized that and sort of truncated that into how could this fit in 20-minute mini lessons with no more than 30 minutes outside classroom time. So we're going to start with the Desmos lesson. I'm really enjoying Desmos. It's very simple to use. If you go to our professional learning tab, I did a quick overview on how to get logged in and how to work in Desmos and create activities in Desmos. I like Desmos because as my students work through these different pages, I can see what they're doing. I can decide if they're going to see what other kids are doing, but it drops their names in and everything's in this nice little neat package for me to look at and provide feedback on. So I'm really enjoying Desmos. I know it's probably a new tool for most of us since we always thought this was just for math, but I'm starting to really enjoy it from the perspective of what it can do for history. Um, so all of mini lesson 1, I put into a Desmos activity. Their launch, their explore, and their summarize is all in there. For mini lesson 2, they have a couple different things that they're going to do in Google. I've given them an opinionaire. I'm forcing a copy that I'm asking them to share with me. I've provided them an article that they're reading. I've created a document packet in Google that has hyperlinks to it so that if they have questions about vocabulary or different things, they can go right to that. Again, forcing a copy so that the questions that are embedded below for them to monitor their comprehension, they can type right below that and share it with me, and it's not overwriting my copy of this. And then I'm ending with a Canvas discussion. Mini lesson 3, we start again with our relevant question, this time in a Canvas discussion. They're going to go back to that document packet. They're going to go back to the image analysis, and we're going to make create a T-chart that creates side-by-side comparisons. And I talk them through what does it mean to make a side-by-side comparison as opposed to simply taking notes in a T-chart on the French and Haitian revolutions. And then at the bottom, they're going to do a 25-word summary on what they think is the main cause of either the French and Haitian Revolution. Going forward into next week, I would continue this work. We would work on writing a comparative analysis of the French and Haitian revolutions and hone that writing skill of compare and contrast essays. So this is what I've developed as a template. If you have questions about any of these resources, feel free to stop in at my office hours, join the team. I'll be here April 6th and April 8th from 10 to 11 or whenever you need me. If you can't join office hours, shoot me an email or a text or something and let me know what you're thinking. And I'd be happy to work with you that way. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. I appreciate everything you guys are doing for our students, and let me know what I can do to support you. Thank you.